Hi, Dr. Gail.
Hey Kim, how are you doing?
I'm okay. Really good. Well, good. We got beautiful weather here in Central Texas, but the main thing I want to talk to you about, it's not about weather. I just want to talk to you about your new book.
Finally, my new book came out after I've been working on it for years.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm so good to see you again. You look gorgeous. Oh my gosh. You
Thank
do.
you. So
Yeah.
do you. You
Oh,
always do though.
no, so do you. So please, no. Okay, but you know, you truly do. And I feel like, over the last few years you were at Shasta, you've been through a lot. You finished this book and you just told me there's a you got another baby coming.
Yes, my second book, I've already finished writing it. So I'm looking for editors now. Yeah, so it's done.
Wow, wow. Okay, so that's
But
beautiful.
it's a whole nother process though after you finish writing it. There's a whole nother world on the editing and publishing and book covers and all those things.
Yes.
It's,
And,
it's
and that's
big.
exciting though. Isn't it exciting?
It's exciting. It's exciting it's painful learning about it, but it's knowledge I need.
Uh-huh. Okay. Very good. Yeah, and you've seemed to me, you know what I have to say about you? You're a brave soul.
Yeah, yes.
You're a
I
brave
am
angel.
brave. I'm brave, and I've also, I have always felt a little bit like the stepchild of the metaphysical world for what I do. So people, even in our world, our circle, has had trouble swallowing that I specialize working with extraterrestrials or the aliens. So I have always felt like even when I was in Mount Shasta, I felt a little, um, like the stepchild was like, I'm not real sure what she's doing.
Amazing, because that's like one of the meccas for extraterrestrials.
Right.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. But even before this work that you've been doing with the ETs, you've also been a chiropractor and you've been a nurse. I mean, and you've been a caretaker for your dad. I know these things about you. So you have stepped into so many different roles, and now here you are, as you say, as you just said, you're the voice for the extraterrestrials.
Yes. They call me the communicator between the both worlds.
Oh, so I mean, I bet that feels amazing. And to have that, have,
It is amazing the feeling of it, but then it also gives you a little bit of pressure of making sure I do things correctly. That always that feeling of failure or I'm not presenting it correctly, or I think I think as a generation that we're in, we always tend to think of fear of failure a lot more than the younger people do. I think they step into not having as much fear about things like we do, like how we grew up.
yeah, yeah, perhaps, right? Yeah. Well, I mean, you're an unusual person all the way around. Your human self and your soul self.
Yeah. Yes.
And when we just started, I just felt the ETs here, like lots of light, almost like this color that I'm wearing, like the jitter, almost like ringing bells. They were so excited, and the room for me felt so full. I couldn't see through all of them. That's how it felt as we were just starting, and it's a beautiful feeling. And they do show me excitement here,
Mhm.
and they don't all look the same at
No,
all.
I deal with all different types of extraterrestrials. Right in the very beginning, I didn't even know what they were. But when my dad had passed, I had been a medium all my life, but I had not stepped into that role. I'd always been kind of hiding it because I've always been told, you're crazy or whatever. It's just that I had never stepped into that role until we went in with 2020, and it was no denying it. Because when my dad passed, I started being able to see him and talk to him about family matters, money matters. Well, he's the one that allowed me to start meeting first an angel who presented me with a bracelet, and then it started meeting the different extraterrestrials. I didn't know what they were. I had to keep running to my friend Meg, asking her. First off, when the angel showed up, she told me it was a spiritual awakening. I didn't even know what a spiritual awakening was. I had to Google it on the way out, going, okay, I don't want to appear that stupid, but I didn't ask her, but I'm going to see what spiritual really means. And then each extraterrestrial I met, she would describe it. I would go, okay, I met a blue one today. And she would tell me, oh, you met an Arcturian. Oh, I met one that looked like a dinosaur. And she would go, oh, that was a reptilian. So she did not have any, I have known her for 15 years. And so she says, I know you, you're okay. And I kept thinking, I have a brain tumor. I need an MRI. My nursing background is coming out because I didn't think I was crazy. I did think I might be hallucinating.
Uh-huh.
So it took me about 4 months before I accepted the fact that that was happening to me. And every time she kept saying, you're okay. And then I was going, okay, if I'm going to die from a brain tumor, this is how I want to go. Because I was having the best time meeting all these different extraterrestrials. And eventually, I started going on rescue missions to rescue the sick and dying extraterrestrials that had been caught in these type of Area 51 places. And those kind of missions were pretty exciting and scary and everything in between. And so it started doing that. And that's where they had obviously been training me all my life because I started off as a nurse. I specialized in the operating room. I even specialized in neurosurgery and cardiac vascular surgery. And those are the things that I worked with a lot with them. When I went up to the spaceship and became a surgeon on it, those were my areas that I was working in. They also, when I started going on rescue missions, they paired me up with somebody who lived up in the north east, and she did energy work, and they had paired me up with her. So I was learning energy from her for about a 6-week crash course. So then I was able to take my medical background, my energy knowledge at that time, and then use it for these missions. So I've had a really fast crash course on what I do now. But the first time I stepped in the operating room on the first spaceship I worked on was called the Astral Medical One, and I was a neurosurgeon. And the first time I walked in the operating room there, they had this fabulous equipment, but I knew exactly what it was. I was very familiar with it from what I had done in my life here as a nurse in the operating room. I was going, oh, that does that and that does that. I know how to work that, but it's much more sophisticated and modern. But I knew, very familiar with it. And that's when it clicked with me. Y'all been training me all my life. I
Uh-huh.
never need to do this kind of work. And so at that time, I was doing a lot of taking out negative implants, and I was doing changing the brain waves a lot for people who are having depression, anxiety, things like that, mainly from our light workers because they wanted them to be able to function. If I could correct those things, then they could go on with their work. So I was doing a lot of that in the beginning,
Uh-huh.
rescue missions and doing that kind of surgery.
Okay. Now I want to stop you for just a second.
Okay.
Now, first of all, you talk a lot about your rescue missions in your book. I mean, it is a thriller book. It is like high adventure. And so that's amazing. But I have to, now people are going to go, well, what, like you're human did this? And people are going to wonder, okay, were you actually taken like in your human form? Was it your light form? Was it part of your soul that's doing it? Because sometimes our soul and our human are reflecting each other.
Right. And it's understandable because sometimes I don't know it either because I have one foot this world here and I have one foot in that world because I can sit here and see what's happening on the spaceship while I'm here.
Okay.
But I cannot fully function on the spaceship while I'm doing this, while I'm talking to you, while I'm on this channel, and I can't fully function on the spaceship. I mean, I could only fully, like, I have to go in a meditative state or
Okay.
sleep to be functioning on the spaceship, or the other way around. If I'm not working on the spaceship, I can function here. So it has to be one or the other.
Okay.
But when I am going up to work, or there's two different ways I go. I can astral travel, which is what it looks like is my ghost body, is what I call it. You can see through it. It goes around, and it's almost like remote viewing that falls into that category. And I can go around and look. I go up at stars and look. I can see what's happening, but I can't touch, feel, or do anything.
Okay.
When my soul travels, or an aspect of my soul, it goes up to the spaceship and works. It can touch, feel, do everything. And it also can take on a form, most likely most people take on a younger you, a form of a younger you,
Okay.
but that's my soul is actually traveling then. And that's when you do have to be in a meditated state or sleeping where your body is not functioning in life in 3D world.
Okay. Or at least for you to know it.
Yes.
At least
To
for
know.
you to be aware of it. Now, see, a few years ago, I had a harder time with that concept. Now I can understand it more.
Well, I understand it more too, because how it really came about was the time when I went up to the spaceship and the spaceship was being attacked, and it was a medical spaceship and it should not be attacked. And I was running up to the front, and the captain looked at me and said, "Go over there and look at what's happening in that spaceship." So my soul had already gone up to the spaceship. So my soul's already up there. And what he was asking me is he wanted me to see. So the other part of me astral traveled over the same time.
Oh, wow.
So I was doing, but I'm going,
Wow.
oh, this is how this works. But going back to my book is only about my rescue missions.
Yeah.
This book is only about the rescue missions. It's not about, and my second book's about my journey, how I got there. So that's all. I wanted to put the action book out there first,
Uh-huh.
and that's what I did was put that one out. And that's just all. That's all it is. That one book is just about my rescue missions, which I've done so much more than that.
I bet. I bet. So it's called How I Learned to Fly a Spaceship by
Yes,
Dr. Gail McLeod. Am I saying
yes.
it's so funny that your last name is McLeod. Don't you think that's funny?
I've never even thought about it.
Cloud, like up in the sky.
Yeah. Yes.
So anyway, that's what it's called. It's on Amazon. Anyway, it's great. It's great. So I have it on Kindle, and I'm getting my hard copy. I don't know, hopefully today or tomorrow. You don't have your hard copy yet because it's so new.
I know it's so new, and it actually went public as I was going to Mount Shasta to visit. So it was kind of out of my hands where I couldn't do anything. I didn't know about the book. Everybody was talking about it, and here I'm in Mount Shasta going, "Oh, my book hopefully is being delivered on the East Coast." But when I got here, no, Amazon's delayed it to the 17th, so I don't even have a copy myself.
For you. But I well, I don't know. They when I ordered mine, it said it was going to be here today.
Well, everybody's got it. No, I
Okay,
mean everybody's already gotten their copies,
okay,
but
just
me. Everybody but me. And I do think that's funny. I'm just going, what is this? I'm the author and I don't even have my own copy.
well, anyway, but it is amazing. Amazing that it's a fast read. It's also exciting. You don't want to put it down kind of a read. And whether people believe it or not, I mean, because some people might have a hard time really like having to grasp, you know?
Well, yeah, the people who have not had experiences, haven't had to deal with aliens or extraterrestrial, or they don't feel it in their soul, they're not going to understand it. It's not going to click for them, and it's not for them. What
Yeah.
this book and even my YouTube channel, what it's about is to tap into the people who have had these experiences, have suppressed it, have been told that they're crazy, that that didn't happen, and it's to bring it to light that it actually did happen. And let's look at it, let's examine it, let's bring it to real, because back in the 1940s, 50s, our government and everybody made everybody sound crazy who said had been abducted by aliens.
Yeah.
They had put out a whole campaign on that. So it's a lot to turn around and make people okay with what happened to them, and talk about the experience,
Yeah.
because there's so many people who did have abduction experiences in their mind, and all actuality was not, if you dissect it and talk about it. And when you're suppressing it and can't talk to anybody and can't explain it or understand it, what does it do? It just sits there and just festers. So I try to help people along with that journey and understand it. When they read about my adventures and things I've done, they're going to go, "Oh, it sparked something like I did that. I learned how to fly a spaceship. Somebody told me it was crazy," but that's what it's to help people bring out their own memories and to make it okay to bring out those memories.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Really, that's such a service that you are bringing. You are definitely in the middle between ET world and the human world. And I'm just gonna see, and they want you to know there's another book even after this second one that that they just told me that.
Oh yeah, I've already know what it is.
Maybe okay, I think there might be a five total. I'm not
Yeah,
positive.
there's
But
at least four.
okay.
But
Uh,
the next one's going to be the third one's going to be a real, that they're talking about, that one is what they're talking about. That's going to be very, 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 very controversial.
okay. Well, you're already controversial, but like I said, you're a brave soul. Better you than me. But I'm a little, I don't, maybe not that much. But here's some of the rescue missions. I just wrote it down as some of the places: Nevada, Mexico, Australia, Africa, uh, North Carolina, right? New Mexico, okay, so Brazil. I'm sure I'm missing some. Antarctica. I'm sure there's more.
Oh, there's lots more.
And I mean, like, do you have any idea how many missions you've been on or how many ETs you have helped rescue?
Oh,
Any?
I have no idea. I haven't even counted. And I'm sure there's so many of them that I don't remember, that because it's, it probably started while I was dreaming, and I was regressed probably last year, or year before last, to find out that I've actually been going up to the spaceship since I was an infant.
Oh, wow.
And so there's no telling what all I've done, because I do have memories. Reason I had regression therapy about it is because I did remember, um, probably when I was like 7, 8, 9, 10, somewhere around there, that we were walking through walls, and that we were learning how to walk through walls. And I ended up being the last one through one of the walls, and I was there by myself. And that memory had been with me. So I decided to have a regression therapy about it. And sure enough, I've been going up since I was an infant. And they showed me how I had a Palladian mother up on the spaceship, and she would hold me in one arm, and she had a little boy in one arm. And we were both infants, and there's incubators that she put me in and attached me to everything, and then she'd pull me out and then put the boy in. Now there was probably about 10 or 20 of us in there, different extraterrestrials, so in babies. And then when we were finished, they would put us in like a recovery room. It looked like we were pizzas being shoved into this bouncy house, where it felt like us, where we were recovering before we went back home.
Oh, I see.
But so I've been going up doing all sorts of things since an infant.
Yeah. And I believe all of us are multidimensional, just like I'm sure you do. And many of us are associated with perhaps starships and other, you know, realms, galactic realms. But most of us don't remember it.
Right. And I think my book and my channel and everything will trigger a lot of people
Okay.
on those things. And especially if they are remembering things and they're kind of suppressed it, but it's always been there. So it can bring it up and normalize it. It's
Uh-huh.
just time to normalize these experiences.
Yeah, so a lot of people, I would say that they would have these experiences because I think all of us have an angel self, perhaps a galactic self, an animal self, a rock self, a butterfly self. I mean, we're just everything, right? And so, but it's an unusual human who can be in the awareness of that other self and your human self at the same time.
Right. And I still don't know why. The whole time when it started, that my whole journey started, I kept going, why me? Why me? They kept saying, because you look human.
Oh,
What kind of answer was that? That's what they kept getting. Then finally, when it was way down, I don't know how many years, when I found out, when I was working on the spaceship, that everybody who worked on that Astral Medical One spaceship were hybrids, and everybody we worked on was hybrids. Well, I was the only human looking one on there. And of course, I'm thinking that didn't include me. And then all of a sudden it hit me like, oh, that includes me. So I am a human Arcturian mix. And so when they were saying because I look human, it's because I don't look like an extraterrestrial. I don't look like an alien. I look like a human. So it meant me being human, I could get into these Area 51 type places a lot easier than they could.
okay. I see. Got it. Yeah, so interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. I mean, and some of these stories are like, I would be so scared. I mean, I don't think this is,
I was scared. I was scared to death. My chest was pumping, and there was always that fear of failure. Especially when there was multi extraterrestrials to save.
yeah,
What if I only got 3 out of 5, or 4, or maybe 1, and I'm having to leave the others behind? I mean, that was always plagued me.
yeah, yeah. Well, and I do, the more I know now, I'd say the last 2 years or so, have learned about all the ETs that are imprisoned.
Yeah.
It's very sad. But
Yes.
it might be the reverse as well. I don't know.
Yeah, it is, because I've rescued humans too.
Okay. Yeah. So it's amazing how this is all like bigger than we can probably, at least me, to figure out.
Me too. Yeah, I'm only a small aspect of it.
Yeah, yeah. So amazing. So I know let me just look at I just oh, is there a favorite place, that you went to or that you felt, I don't know, anything like
Yeah,
that?
my favorite place is going to the grid or the net outside of Earth,
Mm,
going and laying out there and looking at the moon and the stars. And then also, my other favorite place is Cetus B, which is a star, which is a water star. There's one island, only one island on that whole planet, and you can sit there and lay and watch the dolphins and whales and everything swim by. Those
oh,
are my 2 favorite places.
oh, I love that. And do you believe that the dolphins and whales are ETs?
Well, some of them, just like some humans, yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay. Because as a general species, I always felt like they were from Sirius B. Is that right? Do you know that?
They can be Sirius B, but Cetus B is that one's Cetus, is
Okay.
also a water planet. So there's more than one.
Well, that would make sense too. All right. And then the other day I heard somebody, and I saw it today. I was teaching color class and I was talking to, I was in a breakout room with one of us. And I said, I see so many Earths. I saw like this Earth now looked to me like saffron over it. Then the next one more turquoise, but I could see in the future there's even more. Like Earth is changing.
Yeah, there's a show on Gaia that they were showing the future of Earth, that we were already going into the future to see what our future selves are like. And I don't, it's many, many thousands of years ahead, that there are like 5 Earths in these spheres, that because Earth has disappeared,
Oh,
and that we all have like 5 different Earths that we were living in, which I thought that was just amazing.
oh wow. After this vision I saw today I was like, I can see that.
Yeah,
Wow. Like this one is actually, this is the one that I think is going to be going.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Earth that we're living in, but it's so far, 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 far in the future.
Okay. Okay. So we don't need to worry. We don't need to worry about
No,
money
I'm
out.
I'm even thinking it's over 1,000 years, 2,000 years that
I think,
away.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Got it. Right. So yeah, we don't need to worry yet. Okay.
There's always, we can turn it around. We don't know what the future has for us. We can't worry about 2 or 3,000 years ahead of us at
No,
this point.
no, no, no. But it's interesting that I saw the changes of Earth in like it would be a new Earth.
Right.
And it looked like, I don't know, I could maybe see three more or something like that.
Yeah, I think there was 5 of them.
Okay. All right. Now let me see here. And is there anything that you would say was, I mean, I know the whole thing is transformative, but is there any one event that you would say, oh, that was major transformative? But really the whole thing must be transformative from day one.
Yeah, I think my most challenging one was when I was saving a human from the reptilians.
Okay.
Uh, that was probably my most challenging, because it involved ethics,
Yes.
and it. I don't know how much I should go into that, especially here, because I don't bring out all these ethical questions. But it was involving a human who wanted to die and wanted me to let her die. And with our nursing background, that's not where we come from. We want to save everybody, but yet the life she had to face in the future, it was a moral dilemma on which what way to go.
Yeah. I was just reading that today. That
Yeah,
that
that was probably my toughest.
I see. Yeah.
But I'm not going to give away what happens.
No, I know. That's okay. But it seemed to me like you found one timeline, but you brought it into another timeline or
Well,
something.
yeah, I'm just gonna give away what happened on that.
No, I'm not going to tell either. I'm not going to tell the end. No. But thank you for doing that. That was amazing.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I would think that was probably my toughest
Okay.
because I worked on that for 24 hours talking to people, different people about what would you do, what would you do, how would you do it, and everybody was so different. Everybody had different answers, and
Oh,
which was amazing.
wow. Wow. Yeah. So do you feel like the purpose of this book is just to open up people's knowledge, imagination, awareness?
It is, and also wrote it as a memoir instead of sci-fi, which was first. That's how I was going to put it because it's easy to put it out as sci-fi because you could be making it up. So as I put it as a memoir, it's my recount of what happened, and it's real. So that was a big hurdle too to put it out as a memoir instead of a sci-fi
Oh, yeah,
book.
it's better. No. Okay. No, I mean, and truly, and I was talking to Danny about this because Danny's the one that announced it on his channel. Got to see the book, God can't wait to read. And he was saying it could be a movie, and if truly, and I agree with him.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
could.
it definitely can. In fact, that's what originally I wanted the book to either be a series of shows or a movie, but I was told I needed to write the book before you could even go there. And
Okay.
being a non-writer, everybody, I do not write. I kept kicking and screaming, going, I'm not a writer. Why am I writing? I'm not a writer. In fact, I tried to get people to write it for me. Here are my notes, write this book for me. And every time somebody would write it, it didn't sound like me. And then finally, I had to accept the fact that I had to write it. Nobody else could do it for me.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. No, it's exquisite. Really, it's great. Uh it's exciting too. It's
Yeah.
for you, exciting for everybody in the world. I don't know anybody else. I mean, I know, you know, some people, I don't know. No, maybe I've heard of one person, maybe, but not to the extent that you are doing these rescue missions.
Right. There's a lot of people who have one or two experiences that they remember, but not as many as I do.
Yeah.
Not the length or the amount of the experiences I have. And the fact that I sit in both worlds all the time and that I can see what's happening on a spaceship without, too much effort, that I think that's different also.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Now, and tell us a little bit, can you give us a little clue how to fly a spaceship?
How to fly or get chosen to fly or how to fly. Well,
No.
it's so different. It's nothing like you're not going to get into a spaceship and drive it like a car. It doesn't have a steering wheel. It doesn't have gear shifts. It doesn't have anything. You have to use your mind and you integrate with the spaceship because the spaceship is alive and you integrate. Oh, well, the hardest thing is to focus and not let your mind wander. And humans have so much trouble and problems with that because it's so easy for you to be going, I want this destination, and you're supposed to be focusing on that destination and how to get there. And you're going, oh, let me think about this. Oh, what? Oh, no, no, no. Come back. We're going here. So that is hard. It's hard to control that mind and keep it focused. That was my biggest hurdle the whole time. You know, landing and taking off and learning all that stuff and trying to focus. I made so many mistakes, but I
Okay.
finally conquered it.
Yeah, but so I know spaceships are alive. And now,
Yeah.
so that spaceship, is that like one with you, part of your soul in a way? Is that right? Or
Almost like, to me, it feels like going in and hugging somebody, and all of a sudden, then you have this big connection with them.
okay,
That's kind of how I feel when I walk into my spaceship, is that I'm giving it a big hug and here we go. You know how the energy is disconnected when you hug somebody and you sit down talking to an old friend, you know how the energy is going back and forth. That's kind of how it feels like for me.
okay. Uh, So was that spaceship created just for you? Or
No, that spaceship is a hand-me-down
oh,
because when when I got it, they had originally named it the Slime, and I couldn't figure out. I'm going, it's not green, it's not slimy. What? Why did they name it that? So I started calling it my little ambulance, and I abbreviated that to MLA because I felt like we were going on rescue missions, and I felt like we just needed to put like a red, you know, a light on top and go for a rescue mission. So none of the extraterrestrials got the humor in it, but they went with it and let me call it my little ambulance. And that's what happened. But no, it was a hand me down from somebody else.
oh, I see. And about how long does our spaceships around? You know, we think of cars being around for, I don't know, 20 years max, maybe, you know.
You mean how long do they last?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I have never asked that. That's a good question.
Uh-huh. Do you
Well,
go to the used spaceship lot to get one?
that's basically what I did because I went in and that they had this one for me. Now the original one that they came and got me was larger. My first one that I flew was larger than the one they gave me. My personal one is smaller, and and I might have picked it out because it was small, and it did have some limited things that it could do because it was small. But I liked it. I like my little spaceship.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. That's a, that's awesome. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Now, do you have spaceships all over your house now? Just like, decorations this big.
Well, I've got a picture Diana Boles has got of my original spaceship, so I've got that. And that's the only one. That's the only one I'm really, I would say, uh, have affection for is that one because that was mine, and I did a lot with it, and that's where we did our rescue missions. So I have feelings for that spaceship.
Okay. And beautiful. And she's the illustrator.
Yes, she's the illustrator. Diana Boles is the illustrator.
I did not say that. Diana Boles is the illustrator. Yeah, that's awesome. So I'm excited for you on this journey, and I'm hoping that you get out there. I mean, that everyone's going to say, I want to, let's talk about your spaceship."
Yes,
Is it automatic or is it
it's automatic. You can control your mind.
if you
That
can?
is so hard. And I asked the guy that was teaching me, which was Monto, I said, "Do you hate it when you get a human?" And he did not answer me. So I knew the answer was yes.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. And I loved how you were talking about you're using telepathy too. In
Yes, telepathy, because when they told me I was going to be the communicator, I was going, communicator? I'm trying to learn Spanish and can't learn Spanish. How can I be doing all these different languages? And then realizing, I think it was on my first rescue mission, realizing that I was telepathically communicating with them. Didn't know I had that ability, but then it made sense because you don't need to know all these different languages when you're doing telepathic communication.
oh, and then that's awesome. We're going to get there one of these days.
Yes, one day. I'm not sure if it's going to be in our lifetime, though.
Okay. Yeah. Oh well. Well, anyway, is there anything else you want to share before we close?
I don't think so. I think, a lot of people are, we talked about Earth and about the destruction of it and what it's going to look like in the future.
Yeah.
But I don't want people to walk away from this thinking, oh my gosh, Earth is going to be destroyed. Oh, no, no. Earth is stronger than we are. And we keep thinking we're destroying it. And I did have, interactions with different aspects of Earth. And there's not a lot that they're requesting, but Earth is stronger than we give it credit for. It heals itself. And I think actuality is stronger than anything we can do to it. It might burp and
Oh,
and correct us, but I just don't think that we need to be panicking like we do.
okay. And I agree with you on that, totally, honestly. I don't like to see us
No,
ugly.
I do not take advantage of it or,
No.
hurt it, but we are thinking that we're going to take over, we're going to destroy it, but yet Earth can pop us off any moment. Like, boom, you're gone.
Okay. Yes. And so now that part I don't like to think about, but I agree with you though that it is stronger than us. And
Yeah.
when I saw those Earths today, I felt like it was more of a transformation, but there it did feel like new Earths.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, I'm not. No, I don't think we're going to be.
No, I just worried about people because we talked about the structure of Earth and the new Earth that somebody's going to be panicking over it.
Oh, okay. No, I know. I don't. I agree with you on that. Whenever, if we ever do go from this Earth to another Earth, it's going to be a gentle ride,
Oh
almost
yeah,
like a rainbow over, almost like gliding over. To me, that's how and we're going to be light going to the next place. Not, no, we're not going to be an incarnate being. I don't think.
right.
At least to start it wherever. No, it's very beautiful. It's glowing in my mind. I just see it glowing, Earth
Mhm.
glow.
Yeah.
And like you say, whatever is happening to this, if it's way down the road.
Yes.
It could even be 5,000 years. I mean, it's a way.
It could even be a million years away. This is so far away. It's not even in our thought process.
I think that's right too. And it may even that it may be that you know how people say two Earths. There actually really may be. We have the option of which Earth to go to in between lives.
Could. Anything's possible.
That's right. Anything's possible. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. And I wanted to say, yeah, anything is possible. We are powerful beings. And I'm just so glad that you're sharing your gift, your resources, your knowledge, things that you've shared and help people to understand that we are way bigger than we know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Kim, for having me on.
Thank you. And I'll see you very soon.
Okay. All
All right.
right.
Bye. And just